Howdy everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope y'all are doing alright. Today we're going to be drawing a new NPC, but first I'll show you what I've been working on. I've been working on a little boss that we talked about, I think it was the last stream or something like that. And so I'll go ahead and show it to you now. This is just sketched out, it's very early, very much going to change. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. I don't have the sprite in yet, but you'll see. You start the battle, he'll jump at you, and then he floats towards you, and you have to hit him. When he does, he hits the ground, there's some fallen rocks. And then we repeat that. And this is what I have so far. There's going to be some more stuff added and everything to make it a little more interesting. But that's the general idea. And then, yeah, we have it there. That's what I got. So I'm pretty happy with it. But today we're going to be drawing a little quirky merchant. So, we have every month on our Discord, we do a music jam to where we give a theme and then the community composes around that theme. And this month we did a rest area, which had the restriction of needing to use either a marimba or a piano. And as I was playing with marimba, I came up with this one little riff. Let me turn my sound down. I'll play it for you. And it was based on a character. So the idea would be like you would travel around the world and you would meet this character. And like I said, like a traveling merchant. And then you could buy wares from him and stuff. And like he'd have this whole setup. Like imagine an area. Sometimes, you know, when you pass through it, there's nothing there. But every now and again you pass through it, there's this character there. He's got this funky little animal with a campfire and he's selling some wares. So that's the vibe that we're going here. And so I made this little tune. Sort of, and this will give you an idea of what we're going for. We're going for like mysterious, little quirky. And so that's what we're going to be drawing today. I don't have any references. It's going to be a bit tricky because I don't know exactly what I want them to look like. I'm thinking a theme of blue maybe. And then he'll have like this little funky little animal with him. Alright. I'll probably pull up some references here in a second, but I have no idea what the reference is, so it's gonna be interesting. So let me pull up. Play the flute. Well, maybe. Flutes are gonna be used really heavily in my soundtrack, so it might not come across like that. Because I mean, how about that? Need some more cowbell. We'll not do some cowbell. I really want to make it like really funky. Nathan, no, I haven't stopped working on Zoe. There should be information in the description. It's a 3-year project that I didn't get funding for, so it's on hold for a little bit while I finish this small game, and we'll return to it afterwards. as soon as we can get back to it. This is just a tiny little game. Make the make like enemy shooting, throwing other enemies at the player. We're not making an enemy right now. Oh, come on. All right. So let me pull up my little reference thing. Here. Merchant with a bag full of stuff. Of hanging on a stick kind of thing. Maybe. I'm thinking he has a lot of stuff. Like he's not just a little bag. Like when you enter the area, like just clutter everywhere, and then it would be otherwise clean. The merchant is this guy with a sack and a red ball on it. Not that merchant. This is a different merchant. This one's, and he's not like that merchant's very, very. I don't know the word for it. Like he's very weird. He's like this merchant is more mysterious kind of thing. So like, is he like a one-man traveling market? Yeah, like that. He's a one-man traveling market. That's a good way to put that. But well, he's got a little critter. I don't know what kind of critter. I'm thinking maybe some kind of like a lemur or something like that. Maybe some kind of monkey. Not a monkey, but I want something like it. Like I'm thinking maybe whitish, grayish. Something like that. If he's rich, he's eccentric. Otherwise, weird or crazy work. He's mysterious. This guy. And I'm gonna try to get an idea for it. Like the only thing that comes to mind, imagery wise, would be like a blue mage. That is, I don't know why, but that. Let me see if I can find any images, and I'll try to get across with it because I don't even know exactly what I want this to look like. It's so weird. Like it's on the tip of my tongue of what I want, but I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be. So let me look around for a bit. Something like this, but not like that. Not like a pointy thing. I want to do a lot of roundness. I think a lot of quirkiness to it. So I'm going to look around for a bit to see if I can find. Trying to figure out exactly what I want, and I want it to be more sort of mage-like as well. But it doesn't have to necessarily be a mage. I'll tell you what. Let me look up cartoon mage. Let's see what that gets us. Something like this, but not this. Exactly. It's really weird. I don't know exactly how to get across what I want. I wanted to get references earlier because I knew this is gonna be the hardest part. Is sort of really getting down the feel. This is better for a feel of it. I like this a lot better. I might just click on that, and this is another one. Like this is all blue mages. Like, so we're gonna try to move away from that. We don't want to steal from the blue mage, but I want that sort of vibe. The mysterious. You don't know who he is. Very quirky. You know, what exactly is he kind of vibe. What you want is Gadabout from Moomis. I'll look at that. Gadabout. Oh, that didn't pull up anything useful. Let me try Google. Google. Or Sharon from Heddies. I'll look at that as well. Gadabout. Oh, that's a word. So I might have to throw in Moomis in there. Moomins. Maybe. Just by looking at it, it seems more. I don't know the word for that. In sort of like that, but a bit more eccentric, a bit more quirky. But let me try Sharon. Sharon Hades. That's a bit more darker than I want. I want something very, very bright and cheerful. Even though he won't be cheerful in tone, like he, like he'll look cheerful. Maybe not be so much. Maybe he will be. We'll see. That'll be fun to play with. But this is a very dark kind of thing. But it's close. It's not far. Let me see if I can pull up a reference that we could use to get an idea. This isn't too bad. Here. So the sort of the playfulness of it. Like, he seems very mean in this one, but like, you get the idea. It's sort of cartoonish, playful thing. But this right here captures it really well. We'll have to do something else though. But sort of in that vein. So I do want like a hat, and I do want his face to be covered up, maybe with a scarf or something like that. Okay, let me think. Maybe Omen from Valorant, but with a mage cloak. Look. Omen Valorant. That looks very dark. Just because this is cute, we'll pull this up. I don't think we find much reference in this one either, but that's kind of cute. Okay, hood might work maybe, but I do think I want a fancy floppy hat like the blue mage we had. Maybe make him an optional boss. This is the merchant? No, probably not. Okay, so comically large hat seems to be the common feature between these. Comically large hat would be exactly what we're going for. Yes. And that was like part of what I was thinking of. I was thinking something a little more rounded maybe. So let me start sketching and see what we can come up with. So now when I thought about this character, I was thinking in a top down. So this might go like, I mean, we already have a traveling merchant Zonic streamer, but we'll see how that goes. But it could be possible we like move this character around, because I don't need him for the game right now. I just had this really cool idea that I want to get across. So do you have any idea what species the merchant will be at, or all NPCs humans? Not all NPCs has to be humans. In fact, I know I talked about the little bunny bulldog hybrid guy. So they're not all humans. I like to vary things up a bit. We'll have random powerful items like work from Diablo 2. I haven't thought about any of the mechanics for this guy yet. I just have that little song I made, and I thought it would be fun to make a character based on that. But we'll probably do some interesting things. Now, we'll have to see how the gameplay goes. Because, the way originally what it was going to do is going to be like kind of run based. So like the short playability of a like a roguelike or something. Not being a roguelike, not being procedural generated or anything like that. But just sort of like based on runs. But I think I'm moving away from that to, I mean, still have that short run style to it, but not based on like, I don't know, it's hard to explain exactly what that means, but I'm thinking like it would be an issue with the randomness of the merchant. If, like, say, if you wanted to complete a specific run and you needed something from the merchant, that kind of thing. Or we could just have it not tied to it or whatever. But I think I'm going to move away from that and have the merchant sort of give things. So, trying to get an idea. So, like I said, I do want a floppy hat. I was thinking something a little more rounded. This will be interesting to do. This looks terrible, by the way. Comically huge backpack. And yeah, I was thinking maybe that as well. Like something like this. And then have like we have to make sure the hat gets in the silhouette, because I do want the hat to be very prominent. I don't want it to be very pointy though. So that's going to be tricky. Kind of looks like a gnome. I don't want a gnome. Let me think about the shape of this hat. Okay, tell you what. Let's get the character in first, and then we'll worry about this backpack, maybe. So, I did not bought it back. I'm a little yeah. Careful with the caps. Is it a gorilla merchant with a giant hat? A gorilla merchant. I don't know if that's a reference or you actually made a gorilla merchant. Okay. I want to get an interesting pose for this guy. The pose is very, very bland. Let me think. What kind of pose could we get? What could be like a standard pose for this guy? Now, when I thought of this character, I thought of some like whimsical movement as well. Like, sort of almost ethereal, like, right? Like, what is this guy exactly? Kind of vibes. So, he could take up some really funky poses. Hello from Indonesia. Oh, hello. from Tennessee. Oh, this is gonna be a tricky one. This is gonna be a tricky one. We might do a bit of a more of a rounded hat, maybe. Hats are gonna be tricky. Like if you watch the me do the other traveling merchant for Zona Curse Streamer, I had a really hard time with the hat. So this will be. Oh, it's gonna be rough. There's a reference. There's a lot of reference on. Wait. Okay. Because I do like I need some references badly because I really don't know which way I want to go with this. And like it's such a weird character because he's really right on the top of my tongue. Well, thank you. 60 cents only, maybe a Joker merchant had that. Thank you very much. A Joker merchant, maybe. Let's see. Like a gesture cap. I don't know. I want to go too silly with that though. I'm thinking more like I do want to give like mage vibes, and I want it to be somewhat serious, like just really whimsical. I think whimsical might have been a better word, maybe. That's a good idea to just search for hats. Maybe that will give us something. A gambling merchant? No, it's not a gambler. I really like the sort of etherealness to it, like maybe he's from another plane kind of thing. I mean, maybe he's not, but that sort of that vibe. What was that? Oh, gesture cap. And let's see if there's anything we can look this up. Did we ever draw a gesture cap in Zona Curse Streamer? I feel like we did, but I don't know. Or maybe I tried it. I know we talked about gesture character. I don't think we ever did anything with it. Yes. That cool mysterious character from animes. It's probably gonna be like that. A mushroom hat. Mushroom hat's not a bad idea. It's a bit more quirky than I wanted to go for, but that's not terrible. Something like walking staff, maybe a walking staff. I was thinking of maybe a staff, but maybe not walking with it. Like I said, I want to be careful not to steal from this guy. But I was thinking maybe a staff that he carries around. Something like that, maybe. We need a frog character. Frog NPC. Maybe a peg leg. No, not peg leg. It has piratey vibes. What I'm going is for more is like magical essence type of critter. Oh, this is gonna be tough. I'm gonna start a different one. Maybe I should make him lanky. I think maybe that would help a lot because I'm having trouble with that. I think it's because he's so stout. So let's go with a more lanky character, and that might give off some more of the mystical. Mystical might be the good word for it. Might help give some more mystical vibes. Okay. Now I do want like a. I think the robe itself. I think getting the robe might help. So the robe's sort of flowy in itself. Like what's holding the robe up? Maybe. Like those plague doctors. I think we talked about doing a plague doctor character before. Or no, we didn't. I was drawing plague doctor before. A banana. Banana feels a little weird, a little random. He should have a comically small body but comically large hat and backpack. We could try that. I think we're gonna go with really tall and lanky though, so that might do away with that. Maybe something like that, like a very swoopy. Sort of this S-curve is something that I was thinking about a lot. Have a lot of this little S-curves. Maybe we can play off of that a bit. You know, this is not too bad. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. And then we'd have like a scarf. Maybe that hat, we can drop the hat. It feels a little too, like it's not symmetrical, but it almost feels symmetrical, if that makes sense. So what if we sort of bring it down a bit? To sort of offset it. Oh, we could have a ridiculously enormous feather in the hat, maybe. I would want to give the feather a purpose. So where could we put that? Something like that. That might work. Maybe in the silhouette it's not so much, because it'll come all the way down there. That might work. What's the vibe you're going for? Mysterious merchant. Yeah, mysterious merchant. Very almost blue mage-like this guy right here. But very almost ethereal and mystical. Like unknown is another good word for it. Let me jot down these words in case I forget. I can go ahead and do so here. So I can just pop this up for anybody asking. Whimsical. Not too quirky. We want him to be taken seriously. And then, what did I say? Mystical, ethereal. What's another one I said? We'll go with that for now. Until I think of something else. Feathers, origins, and hunters. Warriors, signifying a kill. Yeah, he's more of a mage type character though. The feather could be like for writing. Maybe he writes things. Maybe he's a poet. Oh, we're getting somewhere. That's an interesting take. Maybe he likes crossword puzzles. I will jot it down. I don't think it's going to be something we do, though. So I will take that, and I'll just make it really small. Because probably not. A poet merchant. I like a poet merchant as well. Okay, maybe we can try to give him big fluffy pauldrons. Some musical instrument. We might do that. Actually, that was something I was wanting to look at. I don't know exactly what instrument though. Now, something we've also been talking about with Zoe and a Cursed Dreamer is giving other people instruments. So I don't know that I want to lean too heavily into that this time. We can give him an instrument, but I don't want to give it too much because I want to save that for Zoe and a Cursed Dreamer, because we've been planning out instruments for them, like Claire on the vocals, Mad Catter with the bassoon. Timmy, we talked about giving him a kazoo earlier, which, speaking of which, we was playing with that this morning. And Amaya showed me a musical VST. Make sure that's turned down a bit. Then I played with this a bit here. So we might give Timmy a kazoo. Fun stuff. Now, I think the pauldrons made him a little too intimidating. So yeah, we'll have a lot of fun with the kazoo with Timmy, and we're gonna. Now Timmy might also be in this game. A joke we made was that in the parallax, I want to do some stuff with the parallax. I don't want it to just be decoration. I want to have stuff going on in it. So like Timmy, for those that are not aware, he was in the Marty and the Eldritch Horror game that I did, and it's based on the Cthulhu Mole, which is from Zona Streamer. And in it, you go through this like a platformer that you go through these obstacles and stuff. You get to the end, and you find the Cthulhu Mole that he had dug a tunnel to, and so you have to escape from the Cthulhu Mole. And one thing we was thinking of is that's going to be Timmy's thing. He's going to dig holes into boss tunnels, and this will be used like a fast travel system in Zona Streamer. So you can like travel through the tunnels, maybe I should say. You can travel through the tunnels and stuff, and then you can encounter bosses there that Timmy has dug his tunnels into. And so a joke that we talked about making here would be like have a hole like get dug out here, and then Timmy pops out and starts running with Marty behind him, and then this giant worm comes up. And now this game takes place in another universe, but the idea being that Timmy had dug a wormhole into a giant worm's hole. So, so we'll probably play around with that a bit. So Timmy's going to be a lot of fun. In that case, he needs a goat. Maybe. We needed some kind of animal. Does the merchant have a set location in the world, or do you run into him, hold on, in multiple places? What I'm thinking of, because, and like I said, this merchant we don't know at this moment, we don't know if it's going to be for reQuest or Zona Streamer. But what I'm thinking, now we already have a traveling merchant for Zona Streamer, so, probably not for Zona Streamer. But the idea being that you would encounter him in different areas. So, like, he would set up like in various places throughout the world. Like you would pass through the area, it'd be clean, pristine and everything, and then you'd pass through it one day and there'd be like all that stuff cluttering up everything because he just have so much stuff. It's the general idea I'm thinking. Oh, why not have an underground rabbit hole paths or something? Well that's what the Timmy and Marty is going to be doing. Timmy and Marty's going to be digging holes for you to travel through in Zona Streamer. Something like a giant rabbit would be interesting for this game. Giant rabbit burrowing holes. Could be a lot of fun. Something feathery pet because he has. Oh, that's a good one. That is a really good idea. I like that. We'll do that. We'll have to take a look at that. All right. I think. He's not getting exactly the size that I want, though. Why not? What if I make him a little chunkier? I want him to come across as a bit playful. As he is right now, he seems like an alien race that would take over humanity. And I don't want that vibe. Maybe have a strange cute pet. That's what, yeah, we're going to do a strange cute pet. I don't know exactly what yet. If y'all wanted to start giving up some ideas, then we can talk about that. I do want something. I don't know exactly what though. It could be something flying. Like that. Like a flying rat. Maybe. Is that his tail? Yeah, that would be his tail, maybe. Whenever I was thinking of the character, I just had some like a tail stuck out to me for some reason. So I think I want to give it a tail. Is this Pikachu? No, not Pikachu. Pikachu don't fly. That ear looks a little funky. Could he have domesticated one of the other enemies in the game? That's a good possibility. That is a really good idea. It looks like a flying crab with a tail for you. I don't see crab at all. That's supposed to be whiskers if that's messing you up or anything. It wouldn't be too prominent because it'd probably be like a white or something. It would be outlined. Looks like a flying kitty. Flying kitty was sort of what I was going for. But we have to be careful not to go with Mad Cat because that won't work. A balloon frog? Now, given that goblins have sort of domesticated balloon frogs, I don't know that I want to do that, but I will jot that down because that could be an interesting thing to play with. Because I think with Goblins doing that already, it'll already be a thing. It won't be as good. It's still amusing, but like not as doesn't have as much of an impact. It'll seem like everybody has domesticated balloon frogs if we do that. So so what we'll do is we'll jot down has domesticated. Oh, get rid of that. Has domesticated one of the enemies in the game. Possibly a balloon frog, but not likely. I think I want to have. I want them to have a more I want the pet to match him, to both be mysterious in a bit. Stuff like purple bubbles holding with string. A pterodon is a flying dinosaur you get inspiration from, and also have his feather from a hat. I'm thinking of something a little more cute though. I think I wanted to have a cute critter. Maybe a cute snake pet. I think we need one NPC to have a snake pet. Just not this one. Okay. Just joining us up to be we're talking about this mysterious merchant that we're working on. Because I wrote a song to sort of and it's sort of inspired by a idea that I had, so we're trying to bring it to life now. Why don't you use Trello? I do use Trello. This is my note-taking app though. I don't use Trello for note-taking. I use Trello for tasks that I need to do. Howdy. Welcome to the stream. I think this is fine. It still has domination vibes to it though. Why? I'm thinking it might be this. Might be this hat. And also that might look like a sword, now that I think about it. Owls are cute. Owls could be good. Here. Owl would be really nice because it could just stare at you. Like it could just sit on its shoulder maybe. The northern saw-whet owl. I'll make a note of it. Get rid of that. That's annoying me. I might have to tweak Nightbot a bit. Northern saw-whet owl. I'll take a look. Pikachu. I think people are going to say that too much. I don't see Pikachu though, so I don't understand. Maybe the pet sometimes hide under the hat. Yes. The pet can hide under the hat. So if we do that, and we're probably going to do that, we need to make sure it's small enough to fit under the hat. Could you imagine his hat peeking up and there being an owl just looking out under that? I think that could be very cute. Just giving you a dead stare. Something like a ferret? Maybe. I think I want to go with something flying though, but we'll take a note. Okay. This face ain't doing it for me, and I don't know why, and I don't know what I can do about it. It doesn't seem playful. Why does the face not seem playful? What if I lift the hat ever so slightly? What if I... This hat is going to be a struggle. I can already tell. Maybe the hat is the pet. that could be a good one. The issue with that is that if we were to, the pet would be stuck on the head, because I don't want to remove the hat. I want it to remain mysterious and you can't see who he is. But that's a very good idea. A fluffy squirrel. We're not going to do squirrels. We already have squirrels from Zona Curse Streamer. Squirrels have a very specific thing there. So can't do that. I kind of like that a little bit. Maybe higher up. Yeah, I think we should have the hat come up a bit more like that. What if we were to blur the silhouette a bit? It would maybe the idea being that it might help with the mysteriousness of it. I just came how the frog from the last stream looking. Oh, the frog, pretty good. I'll show y'all right quick. I don't think I tweaked the other one, but I did draw a little bit of it. I guess it'll be in here. We called him Froggernaut. Well, no, we called him Todzilla. I don't think this is that. Where's he at? Oh, wait, no. It would be probably in here. There he is. So, look how cute he is. I love him. It's so good. Colorful parrot. I don't know about parrot. Half rat, half parrot. I think rat's an interesting idea. Now, I hate rats. So this will be an interesting thing for me. But yeah, like rats, probably my least favorite animal in the animal kingdom. This hat looks, the hat sort of brings out the poet vibes right now. I'm feeling very poety, but I feel like maybe we've lost a bit of the etherealism. Ethereal-ishness. What if we also give it a bit of a, I might lose this feather here. What if we also give it a bit of a top here? And then put the feather like here. What do y'all think of that? Flying squirrel fits the current shapish. We already have squirrels doing the thing. No, it's a lift early, so I did not see the frog in the end. Yeah, well, that bit of that frog, this one right here, I did on Discord. So I stream on Discord sometimes, and we drew that one there. So if you want to catch any other streams, that would be the place to go. I usually do code there, but sometimes I'll draw. A flying rat. I'm thinking of flying rat maybe. Maybe we give it a hat too. Now we have to be careful because that shape, when we first drew, I think one of the early things of a mad catter we drew had this very similar pose, so we have to be careful with that. What are you making now? As I said, I came late. I'm making the mysterious merchant guy. Here. I have a list here. Whimsical, mystical, ethereal. And a poet, which is going to be a thing we might lean into. So a pigeon. No, pigeons are nice. Pigeons get a bad rap. I like pigeons. Pigeons are just doves. Might make that a little more. It's looking like the Dedenne Pokemon. I don't even know what that is. Dirty Dirty Doves. No. Dedenne. Looks like a Pikachu. Why is everybody getting Pikachu vibes? Pikachu is a rat, though, isn't it? That might be an issue. We'll have to figure it out. So, flying squirrel. Not a squirrel. We already have squirrels in the Zona Customer. Squirrel won't work. Okay. I'll start doing... Oh, no. I want to fix this coat here. It's not looking right. I think I want to thicken it up a bit. A flying bunny. Flying bunny could be good. That would make time happy. Flying. Now, unintentionally, there we go. Unintentionally, there seems to be a running bunny theme in my games. And I don't know if it's my fault or y'all's. So, or maybe a bit of both. So, that's something to be aware of. But I tend to do a lot of bunny stuff, because I have the fun bun. I don't know if y'all ever seen that. Fun bun is one of my favorite things. It's in Zona Customer. It's not in the demo yet, but I'm going to add it as soon as I can. If you thought normal rats were bad, Google naked mole rats. Naked mole rats are weird. Now the funny thing, we laugh at naked mole rats, but think about it, right? All the cute and cuddly animals that have fur, and all the non-furry animals we tend to think of as ugly. We don't have a lot of fur, so what does that say about us, right? So that's just something to ponder on. Maybe a tarsier. Let me look at that. Is that why you have a beard? No. Tarsier. Oh, that's very good. Yes, sort of like closer to what the original idea was. So I'm going to jot that down as an idea. It's very close to what I originally was thinking about. A little lighter in color. Because I was thinking something more like a lemur, I think. Let me look at lemurs. Or koala. Oh, koala could be a lot of fun. Or do I not have a koala NPC? We need a koala NPC. Or a koala critter. Normal pet turtle, just no. Yes, I'll make a note for it. Normal pet turtle. Completely normal pet turtle. That's a funny idea. Just absolutely nothing going on with it. Cute turtle peeking out of the hat. Do you even have turtles in your games? I don't have a turtle yet either, I don't think. We could absolutely do a turtle. All right, let's get this guy going. So with the colors, I do think I want to go with a lot of blues. Maybe a bit of purples. We don't have to adhere to the purple thing as much for this one, because this is in a different world. Zona Customer. But he is kind of magical, maybe. So it would feed either way. So let's start silhouetting, shading these colors, so we don't have to. Let's just start laying out some. This is not the actual color. Sometimes what I like to do, especially something that's probably going to be a little complex like this, is to just start with monotones and then go in later and do the colors. So I think I want to get that brim of the hat in. Get that going as well. Have a bit of a shade there. A bit of coloring here. Are you still developing Zona Customer? It is. There should be some information on it in the description. It is postponed temporarily because it's a 3-year project that I was not able to get funding for, and so this we're going to be developing for about a year or so, and then we'll return to Zona Customer afterwards. We're still working on Zona, like still designing it though. So like we in the community and everything, we're all the time talking about ideas for it and things that we can do for it and that kind of thing. Now with this guy, I want his head to be about right here, I think. And I want it to be very small, like just a small opening. And then we have like a scarf or something to sort of hide up the rest of the face. Yeah. It's always cool to see the transformation from silhouette to tail. Absolutely. It's very cool to see how this sort of works out. So we'll have his arm here. We'll have this one here. And what do we want as far as the robe kind of thing? I'm thinking like a big big draped around its shoulder kind of thing. Something like that. If you are going to make another boss, I have an idea. He could have a big shield and horns, and the more health he loses, he gets angry and does more damage. For the final move, he will ram you. Could do something like that. I will copy that. I'll plop that down here. Alright, now with this, I think we'll probably bring it a little more over. Let me bring this down a color. Set that about. I dig the style of those colors. These colors are, they're not the actual colors. I'm using monotone right now to lay out the foundation, basically. The actual color will change. So I think we'll use this for here. I think I want to have this come up a bit as well. Looks like a glorious beard so far. Yeah, that's going to be tricky, isn't it? We'll have to play around with it and see how we can get it to not look like a beard. Because I want it to look like the, like he has a robe. Like imagine the robe is one piece. And so you'd have like one piece wrapped up here and another really far up here. It would sort of drape down a bit. That's what I'm trying to go for. I don't know how well we'll pull it off. Do y'all know any characters that would have that kind of thing that I could use for a reference? What if I look up Big Cloak? Does he have a mustache? No, that's going to be a face covering. When are you going to upload video? And is it a devlog? I'm working on one right now. I started working on it last week because I'm going to be doing cutscenes and stuff. That's what I've been doing. I'll show you. No, wait. I'd have to go tweak some stuff. I've been working on a cutscene system. I can show you one thing. Where's my game? There it is. So, here I have this little thing here to allow me to create my cutscenes inside of Godot. And so I've been working on that. So you have stuff like making it so that the player can't move, camera pans, timers, making the player jump, making the player say things, screen shake. We have a letterbox thing to give it that cinematic effect. The purpose of that was to inform the player that they can't move, basically. That's the whole reason I added that. So yeah, just that kind of thing is what I've been working on. So that's what the next devlog is going to be about. I started working on it last week, but I wanted to do some development stuff. Enjoying the video a lot. Good to hear it. I have to go, but I really like your videos and I hope you play your games in the future when you finish them. Maybe they look amazing. Well, thank you very much. I'll be excited to finish them. What was I doing? All right, we'll go with it. We'll keep doing this for a bit. So we might bring it down. I think if we add a bit of like a ruffle here, maybe. Is there a demo yet for this? No. I'm planning one soon. I'm working on one right now. And I have a lot of the core foundation stuff in it. I need to finish that boss fight and then start planning out like the outline of the demo, what the player is going to do, and start building areas and stuff like that. But I hope to have it pretty soon. I have a lot of the vertical slices in place. I just have to frost the cake, which will probably take a while. Not too long. Like I said, I'm working pretty hard on it. But I have to do stuff like menus and stuff like that, which we might do on the stream at some point. We'll see. Okay. How long will the estimated final gameplay be? For the demo, probably about 10 minutes. Demos, I don't like long demos. I like really short demos. They get in there, get to the point. The idea being that you'll see what the story is. You'll go do a little bit of exploring, fight a boss. Demo's done, kind of thing. I'm gonna try to make it a bit longer than the Zona Curse streamer demo. The Zona Curse streamer, I ran out of time for it, so it's not as long as I wanted it to be. So I try to be like ever so slightly longer than Zona Curse streamer. He looks very muscular. Now, okay, so one thing we could do with this guy is to give him very flashy cuffs, or like very wide like bell bottoms, but for his sleeves. There we go. Sleeves is the word I was looking for. Have you put any of the plugins you made for those to use? Is that all? No, because like when I make a plugin, like it works well enough for me. Like I'd make it just functional enough for me to get used out of it. If I offered it to anybody else, it'd probably be annoying. I do, however, put them on Patreon for patrons to sort of see how they work. But no, you'd probably get more annoyed than anything using my plugins. I don't mind because I can, I'm not the one downloading them. I'm the one making them, and it works good enough. But I would be extremely frustrated if I downloaded my plugin somebody else made. What's interesting, Moreau? Now this does look like a mustache. How do we get this to not look like a beard? I want it to wrap around a bit. Maybe that's the way we could do it. We could sort of tuck it in there. Okay, and then we can give him some piercing eyes, I think. Maybe give him white eyes when I like the final color. This really does look like, I think it might be too high as why. It kind of looks like a bandit now. This is gonna be tricky. I'll tell you what. Add shadow maybe. I'm just getting the basic shapes down right now. That is a glorious beard. We're trying to make it not a beard. I don't want it to look like a hand either, which will be tricky. We could do that. We could probably fix that by adding a thing here. And I think one of the reasons why it might look like that is because of that. And maybe if we add like some kind of decoration here, I think that might help separate the thing. Now he might be a bit too stocky. So let's see about trimming that down a bit. I want the eyes to stand out, so we'll tweak that a bit. Could he be smoking a short pipe? No, because that doesn't fit the character itself. And tobacco references can probably give you affect the game rating and stuff. I think one of the reasons this might look like a beard is because the color. So if we bring the color down a bit, because it sort of gives it more depth, like it's outwards, and I want it to be a little more inward. And maybe we could give a bit of tricky. I think if we give the code a bit of a thing here, might solve that. It's getting there. Okay, I want to take this hand here, sort of bring it out more. Need to make it look like a hand though. Probably a bit of a curve to it. It's getting there. I think I'm just going to color this in here, a darker color. Can't unsee the beard, that's what I'm working on. I'm aware that it looks like a beard. The thing about drawing is a work in progress. Unfortunately, I can't just draw a thing in 5 seconds. Kind of like that cuff. The one covering face needs to be darker color than his clothes. Right now, we'll have to wait. That'll have to come in when I actually start doing the color, because those colors are right next to each other. Although, I could do this for his hat. Bring his face down a tone. And then use, well, that's going to be just the same issue. Yeah, go back. We'll look at that once we actually start doing the color. Because right now my shades won't allow it. I think we'll bring that out a bit more. Don't like the robes feel a little roundish now. What if we give it just a little bit of a, kind of feels like an apron. Looks like a musketeer. Yeah, a little bit. I'm guessing this kind of looks like a cape. This wasn't meant to be a cape. And the hat looks very musketeerish. I might have to redo the hat. Maybe bring it out more this way. Try not to make it an apron. It's supposed to be a robe. These things take time though. That looks like Bandit's terrible mess. That's even worse. So I'll set that a bit. It's funny that when you are focused, you look like a statue. My girlfriend likes to say that, like, she makes that reference a lot because like I don't move much when I'm trying to focus. I think I just messed that, had all kinds of up. I'll play with that later. Okay, let me look at my references. I'm going to pull up some robes. I'll start up a whole new reference thing here. I'll try to figure out his robes. I think, yeah, I'm going to have to look up mage robes. I'm going to be getting bathrobes. All right. Something sort of like that. Like costume-wise, it's very close to what I want. There's there's a guy here with the robes. I don't know if I even should show it. He's like half naked, but he's got very revealing robes on. I like that cross thing. Maybe that might break it up a bit. I like that belt as well. Maybe if you make the robe hanging from his shoulders and have him wearing something underneath in the middle part. Yeah, I'm thinking something in the middle could really help. I really want to go with this like shoulder thing, but let's try and divide this up first and see what we can do. Tablet's wanting to be a pain. All right. I don't want to do this. I don't think that is helping at all. So let's bring in a little shoulder there. Separate that like that. Did it take you a while to be able to design on stream versus without the distraction, or was that something you found easily to transition to? Drawing's never been an issue with it. In fact, when I used to have drawing class at school or whatever, and I was notorious for talking while I drew and distracting everyone else. While I had no issue getting work done, but I would just sit there and talk while I draw. So I've never thought about that before, but I think that really helped me translate to that. Because I mean, I really was I was such a distraction in art class because I'd just sit there and talk about nonsense, and nobody else would get work done but me. There was even a student that mentioned that. And it's funny to think about that because I'm not much of a talker. I don't know why. I guess when I draw, I find it easier to talk. But yeah. Because I mean, I'm very, very, very introverted. Talking is not a thing that I almost ever do. But for some reason, man, in art class, this is looking terrible. So yeah, I really think that might have helped a lot. That said, I also don't like how that feeling of when you're watching, when you're drawing and someone's standing over your shoulder. That's a very uncomfortable feeling that I'm not too fond of. So that takes a bit of getting used to. Especially when you're trying to figure something out and it's not working. And you know it's not working. And it looks silly. Slowly we are getting somewhere, though. I feel like, yeah, we're getting there somewhere. So slowly, this just, I don't know what I'm doing with these robes. I think I need to start worrying about colors. So let's try colors. With the face, we're probably gonna even go down a dark shade. With the hat, I think blue hat. Let's go with the blue hat. Now, I don't know about these blues. I might have to make new blues. These are very saturated blues, and I don't know if I want to go that saturated. Yay, colors. I think colors will help a lot. I think no colors is what's throwing me off. But I think these blues are too saturated for what I want. Maybe. Colors. Let's see. So yeah, I think we might end up doing. Let's try making. I haven't made new colors in a long time. So we'll bring that out. So I might be a bit rusty at this. I don't want something that saturated though. See how the saturation is. I think maybe we bring it down to something like that. No, that was terrible. Let's try bringing this up a bit more. I might even bring the saturation down even further then. Welcome to the stream. We're trying to figure out colors. And my tablet's want to be a pain. This ain't too bad. I don't think. That hat's got to be different. Try a bit more shifting. Is this like a witch mage black cat? No, it's more like a quirky person. Like mage possibly, but like that's not his defining feature. It's just a very mysterious person is what I'm going for. But he's probably going to have very mage-like vibes. Go ahead and throw the feather here. Now, what kind of feather do we want? Orange hat? No, not an orange hat. I'm thinking very, like, I've always thought about very bluish vibes from this guy. Now we can go darker with that face. I want the face to be very dark. What about the face covering? Let's try a whiter color. That's probably not going to work. Let's try gray. We're already in gray. We'll keep that for now. We might keep it gray. And then the robes themselves. I do want to change it up a bit. I don't want the whole thing to be blue. So let's try these darker colors. Purple, dark purple is commonly used for mysterious characters too. Yeah, I was probably going to throw in some purple. Slide this down here. He's looking very plump now, though, isn't he? Might be something to do with this. With the sleeve, we want it to sort of bell out, but we don't want it to look like a Christmas jacket. So we have to avoid that. That's going to be interesting to do. Is the face covering a scarf? Possibly. I don't know exactly what yet. I just know that I want his face to be covered. It's meant to be a scarf, though. We could do like a little... if we lean into scarf with a little trail, it's going to look very Christmassy. We need... This is why this character is so tricky. There's so many things we have to avoid. That is just causing all kinds of trouble. I think we'll give him some brown boots. Looks like a big smile. Well, it's going to be tweaked. I'm not happy at all with the face covering, but I'm not exactly sure how to get it the way I want it to be. There's so much tweaking. This doesn't look at all the way I want it to, and I'm struggling. We'll say that much. Throw boots like that or something, but we'll figure it out. He looks very chunky though, and I'm thinking it's probably the robe. Looks like I'm late to the party, but do you start with a paper and pencil sketch, or do you dive right into pixels? I dive right into the pixels. I'm just covering the face, but the face still looks round. Maybe. I'll worry about that later. Right now, my main focus right now is this robe. This robe looks atrocious. So let's see what we can do. Now, I really think we need to trim down these sleeves a bit. Maybe that'll help. I'm just going to start cutting into things and figuring it out. It's fine. I can't name one person that I know of that will create art as good as you. You're very kind, but I would disagree. There's tons of great artists. But thank you. He's starting to look like a black mage. A black mage. Oh yeah. We're trying to avoid that. You're talking about black mage. Black mage is one of the inspirations. Because as you can see, we did we got some black mage references here, but I do want to avoid that. But at the same time, it's very kind of the vibe I'm going for. Just keep it gray. Keep what gray? The mage? No, I want to give him some colors. It's just somewhere I've really borked this up, so I have to fix it. And then it's a slow thing. Drawing is a very slow thing. It usually takes me a couple hours just to design a character. And this one's just especially tricky is why it's taking as long as it is. Okay, let's see. Let's give him a little doohickey here. Sort of break up the robe. Let's give him a different color under the robe as well. We can really differentiate the colors here. Let's go with something like this. So we can split this up and have that robe be more like a coat or something. That might have helped a good bit, actually. Howdy, VSP. Welcome to the stream, bud. Okay. Now, what if we do something like a little thing here? What do we have? What did the other guy have? He had like this little cape thing. Maybe we could do a cape thing. What color would we do the cape? Something like here. Not terrible. The brown thing looks nice. Keep things interesting around there. Yeah. It really helped a lot. I think I'm figuring it out now. I think we're gonna make. Yeah, we're gonna trim this down a bit. I think that's one of the issues we're having. All right. I think we're getting there. Now we have this. What can we do with these eyes? I want to sort of give them more expression than what they have, but I just don't know that I can enlarge them or anything. With all the colors turning into a LGBTQ merchant right now. He's only got 2 colors, really. Well, and brown. With blue and purple, it's the main colors we're going with right now. Which, interestingly enough, purple is one of my favorite colors, and blue is one of my childhood favorite colors. I still really like blue. Yeah, the hat adds more feel to it. Yeah. We're probably going to tweak the hat a bit. I'm not entirely happy with it. What do I give it more shape? Something like... like a... looking very rumpled. Maybe don't use circle square shape if you want the eyes to kind of have expression. You're talking about the character? I'm wanting very, very roundness to the character. That was one of the, actually like one of the dominant shape styles that I want. Very almost fluffy kind of look to it. Might be too difficult, but a perspective change, making the hat tip covering the upper head would look more mysterious. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say perspective, but like we could tip the hat down more. Now that would require me to change the hat drastically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy what we got. Oh, I messed up the little guy here somehow. It's probably when I was shifting stuff around. We'll fix it back. Okay. I'm probably not going to work with the hat right now, though. I don't know why I copied it if I wouldn't work on it. Because I don't want to, there's a lot of other things I need to do right now. But we'll probably look at the hat in a little bit. You can make the head bigger so you can have more space to add more expression. Well, and I want it to be intentionally small. And I don't want to, like, the trick is I want it to be the way it is right now. But, like, what I was saying was is I don't know how I could add more expression to it. Like, it's a really tricky question. I want to keep it where it is, but still be able to, like, he looks very, I don't know. It's really hard for me to put into words what I'm meaning. In fact, I probably want it to be smaller. And it's not so much expression. Like, expression was probably the wrong word to use. Just character. Character is a good one. I think that might have helped a lot, spacing the eyes out a bit. Because I want him to seem like not normal. Like maybe he's a different kind of creature kind of thing. This rope color, this bottom part is probably a bad color. So I'll probably tweak that a little bit. Because that's a very strong color transition. What if we bring this down a step? Does that clash too much? What do y'all think? Let's also outline them. We're at a good point where we can outline now. Making his head smaller made it really unique, though, like what he's expressing through that. Yeah, I think that helped. Finally catching a stream, however, what's being designed? We're working on a very whimsical, mysterious merchant. A very odd creature. The pink is definitely dominant, but I don't know about clashing. It pulls the eye in more than anything else. Okay. I don't want it to pull the eyes in there. That's not where I would want it. Maybe it's something we could do for the this though. Because that's where I want the player to look. We could try something else for there. What could we do for under there? I think the pink stings a bit much. Alright. We're going to change it. I might have to make a new purple. Let's try a new purple. Because I think this would be too much. But we can use it as a starting point. What does that look like? Yeah, it's too saturated. So, let's bring that down a bit. Let's go lean a little more towards blue as well. That ain't gonna work. Unless, well, let's do a contrast. I think the contrast might be the issue right now. Let's go real dark, real desaturated. And the trouble is, yeah, it's not sticking out enough. Sort of blending in together. Might be have something to do with that. You prefer working on a stream by yourself? I prefer I prefer not having to hold conversation, but because I mean, like when I stream on Discord, it's so nice. Like I can sit there and draw and I can type and everything, and not have to worry about like really holding conversation. Because I have to sort of think about different things at the same time. But at the same time, y'all are really good for like feedback and suggestions and ideas and stuff like that. So it works itself out. But having to hold conversations while like keeping y'all engaged really is a bit tricky. Because I can't just sit there and ramble. I have to actually say engaging things. He does low-key have that kind of vibe like Elder Jai. Elder Jai. I don't. Well, I mean, maybe it's a character reference. I don't know. Never seen that. Let's see. What if we give this a bit more? Why is this not working as much? What if we give it a bit of something here? What is this? Wait. Oh, that was supposed to be a sleeve. I never even colored that in. Okay, then we'll probably do like a bit of dark blue there. And I'm thinking we'll throw in some more blue here. Oh. this guy the struggle. He's probably one of the more complex characters I've done in a long time. Usually my characters are pretty simple. I don't even know if I want to animate him. What's his personality? I just joined the stream. Well, he's very we haven't really talked much about that. And that's a good question. We have the descriptions of his, like, what I want the player to feel about him. So, whimsical but not too quirky. I want him to be taken seriously. Mystical and ethereal. And the idea being that, like, maybe he's some kind of different creature or something. What if he had a turban that covered his face? No, I like the hat. All right. I think we need to give him little hands. Or maybe gloves at some point. We'll see. I think gloves could be cute. Or we're just going to give him some little hands. Sort of figure out where this is. Because I think that's one thing we're also having an issue with. I think this is too low down. So that might be causing some issues. Maybe the robe, dark blue, and the clothing beneath the lighter color to distinct those. Yeah, we're going to look like I'm still working on that. That's exactly what I'm working on right now. But I don't want, now, not a lighter color though. I think I want to go with a darker color because I don't want that to be a focal point. I want this area to be the focal point that the player sort of notices and their attention is drawn to. Oh, this guy. Okay. What if you look like his body is fake? Kind of like he's trying to look human with the clothes, but not. And the only real part of his body is just the head. I'm not sure what you mean. Do the live streams go somewhere or after they are over? Yeah, they get unlisted, but they're put into a playlist. If you go to, I think I set it up to where you go to the bottom of the channel page. You should be able to find either. I have them separated into the Zone of Curse streamer live streams and the reQuest live streams. You should be able to find it there. It's on the bottom of the page, and it should also be on the playlist section of the page. All right. I think we need to change the color of his sleeves as well. And I think this is still too low. I think the angle might be weird. And I think I want to give him a different color for the cuffs or whatever. Oh no, I think the dark mage has cuffs. Or the black mage. Let's not do cuffs because that's gonna. Because I think that will be too much of a resemblance. Is the pink under the robe was more saturated? The face would pop more. You're already getting better and better. Thank you. This, I'm going to change that. That's temporary color. I don't know what I want for it right now. Let's get rid of it. Okay. Let's just color that in. And I think we should have like more of a robe here. Maybe a darker. So we can differentiate that. Just for now. It's probably not going to be the color we actually use for this. I just want to keep that separate from that for now. The gray looks good. The here. Oh, it's not the other gray. The other gray was a little too sharp. What do we have here? I'm gonna bring something back. It's just it pops too much. What if we do this? Something like that, maybe. And a bit of that to differentiate that. Maybe. Ahoy! The character's looking good now. We're working on it. It's getting there slowly. Slowly but surely. It's a work in progress. It's probably one of the more difficult characters I've made in a long time, though. I probably want to change that blue. I just don't feel like making a blue right now for it. It looks kind of weird, dude, on it. Maybe. Okay. I think we're also going to trim this up a bit. And this feels a little too stiff. So, try and fix that. He's starting to come along. What do we have here? Try and give that a bit of shape. He's looking like a wild, yeah. he's something. It's probably going to be working on this character for a while, even off stream. I don't plan on using him for a while though, so it's fine. There ain't no rush with him. I'll try to get rid of this. The Wild West thing's probably from the face covering. But I don't know how to, well, what if I bring this down a bit? Like another one there. Yeah. I might leave that there because that might be fun to throw in, like in a cutscene or something. What if we go back to using gray for this? And I want to try to shift this hat. Still a work in progress. Why are you not moving? What are you doing? I must have. I have been drawing a lot and my wrist hurts. What's that thing you have in your hands? Well, this is a stylus. I don't know what you mean. I have this, which is a glove, but that's not for wrist. That's just for, so my hand glides along the tablet. I don't have pain from drawing, so I can't give any advice, unfortunately. Maybe instead of a bag, he could have something unique attached to his back, like a wand, sword, or anything really, because I feel like that would give him much more depth. We might do. It would throw off the silhouette, though, like the hat thing. I think that might have helped a bit. Oh, I don't have a color for that yet. Okay. Well, let's throw in a bit of a darker blue then. Oh, yeah, we need one anyhow. That's why that popped too much, because it was the wrong blue. We can fix that. Let's go more towards that. I think we need to work on that hat under a bit as well. Give it, because it's not where it needs to be, like the overall. And it looks looking very round. And that's because of the gradient that's going on here. So let's sharpen that gradient up. Should make it look better. Just have to be careful of banding. And then we can take this down here and should be able to fix this up. I want to give the hat a bit more color too. Will he have a lore? He's probably gonna have some kind of lore. Just passing by the merchant looks great, mysterious dude. Thank you. Consider giving him a longer sleeve so his hands are hidden. He had longer sleeves, but it looked funky. We could try getting rid of the hands though. Sleeves are tricky, apparently. I had no idea. Like it's, I don't know, it just looks really weird. Like, because you lose, I think it's because you lose the contrast or whatever. Is there a way we can get that back? Maybe we can add something like some pins. Sort of get that visual interest back. Something like that. Maybe here. Get it. And I think we want to shape it a bit more. So it looks more belled out. What about metal claws? No. He's not meant to look dangerous. Just different. Because he's a friendly character. I just wanted to be a little mysterious. Maybe an animation one will be really hard if you do one. Not really. Once you get the character, the animations are like really easy. Animation's very easy in my opinion. It's just getting that initial design down. That's the hardest part. Because typically when I animate a character, like all the running and stuff like that, like it'll take me like an hour or two to draw a character, to design a character. But once like it, just another hour to animate all the running and the stuff like that. The white eyes are staring in my soul. That's the point. Might drop it down a bit though. What does that look like? I think I like that. Now, I do want to give the hat more color. What can we do with the hat to give it a bit more sparkle? Literal sparkles. It looks like a dark squirrel a bit now. I don't see it. This looks a bit weird. We'll bring this out a bit thicker. And probably give him a bit of this to make that pop out a little more. If we just go with the flat color here. Oops. Maybe cut off the sleeves so that have a flat end. Right now they kind of look like he has blue hands. Yeah, I can see that. What if we give him gloves? So maybe some. I think that might work. Cool. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's bring this up again. Maybe we can reuse this somewhere. It kind of makes him look like he has the eyes have the hat has eyes now. And thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping by, VSP. Reminds me of Mr. Dark from the original Rayman. Look. Mr. Dark, Rayman. I mean, other than the, like, it's not close enough for me to worry about it. Because it's just, you know. Yeah. A funny idea, make the hat alive. Yeah, that was a suggestion that we had earlier. And that was why I giggled about that a little bit. The hat could be the pet. Because we was talking about different pets that he could have. One of the suggestions with the hat could be a pet, and we might do that. Because that's a really cool way to doing that. I want to give it more, though. Like, what else can we give it to really help sell that? Maybe the hat looking like a monster that eats his head. Maybe the merchant is the hat. But wrapped around his with fangs or something will look all so mysterious. I think I don't know. Let's see what we can do with this guy. What else can we do to make this hat interesting? Could we? Let's play around with this a bit. Can we give it like what I'm gonna do for sure? Because I really like where this is right now. Good enough to where, like, if I stopped right here, I think I would be happy. Maybe that scarf needs more work though, because not the scarf, but the face covering. Still need to work on that. But we're gonna copy that over right quick. Oh, you need to get rid of this as well. Adding teeth to the hat would make it maybe a good idea. I don't know where I'd put the teeth though, or at least like imply the teeth. Maybe some kind of like decoration type thing. It could also be like a subtle mouth implying that the head is alive but never confirming. That's what I'm wanting to do, Andrew. That's what like, how can we do it in a subtle manner? The teeth now kind of look like maracas. Yeah, I was thinking it just took on a very exotic thing. I don't know that I want that. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go with that. It's a very interesting style though, but I don't think I want that for him. Might do that with somebody else. Anything hanging off the hat would look epic. Yeah, I think I want to add more to the hat. Maybe some kind of like let's continue going with this. Maybe some kind of like studs or something, like stitching type. Maybe a different color. One line of pixel is good. Maybe the merchant is the hat. It could be some kind of parasite. I don't know about parasite. What I'm thinking maybe is like the hat is the merchant, but like the merchant doesn't exist. Like this guy here is not a thing. This is the merchant. He's just trying to look human. I think somebody said something similar to that. So like he could try to look human and there's just nothing there. Like it's just a void there or something. Interesting idea. Eyebrows? I think that might be too on the nose. Because I don't even know for sure that I want to do this. I think we'll leave it at that. Howdy, howdy. Welcome to the stream light. Maybe the shading on the hat near the merchant's head could rotate and warp so that it kind of looks like it's from a different dimension, different to the lore of the merchant. Are you talking about like this bit right here? Could do something interesting with it. The teeth now kind of these teeth look like maracas, not these. Unless that's the life of copy and paste out of the old message or something. To subtly hint that the hat could be alive, you could have it make it move a little bit so that you only notice if you pay close attention. Otherwise, it blends into the. Could do something like that, like have the eyes sort of bob up and down in the idle animation. Maybe. When he talks to you, hey, where are you looking at? I'm up here. I don't want to be too on the nose about it. It's gonna be very subtle. Something like the only way you would know about this is watching the stream, right? And even then you don't know, because maybe I don't do it. Maybe it's who is to say? The message copied itself. What are you drawing today? I'm drawing this little merchant guy. I'll show you these notes. We have whimsical, mysterious, ethereal, quirky, but not too quirky. We want to be serious. The hat could blink. We could do something like that. I don't know about blinking. I don't know how I can blink with 1 pixel. Oof. He tried removing those lines on the hat, maybe also the eyes, then add 2 spheres. I don't want to be too obvious. I think that's fine the way it is. Now I want to look at this scarf, what I can do about that. Oop. It's on a mustache for the... Oh, it hit all your messages. Yeah, Nightbot just nuked your comments. Jeez. Okay. Maybe I think a mustache would be too on the nose as well. But I do want to add a bit more something. Yeah, Nightbot's a little too aggressive. But as we start getting more people watching and stuff, we get a lot of spamming and stuff like that. Like, it's not an issue right now, but it will become an issue as I start making more and more videos and getting people to watch. So it's kind of a thing we need. Unfortunately. What can we do with this hat? Because I do want to give it something else. Something else. We have this feather that we haven't really focused on. And then we have... Yeah, so let me look at this again. What do you think of that? Good to see he's wearing suitable face covering in these trying times, of course. What about giving him 2 feathers? I don't know. Why does he need 2 feathers? Might actually remove this because I haven't been too fond of this one, to be honest. Might just give him the one here. If we get rid of this one altogether. Flying cards. That would make him seem more like a gambler. Something floating would be interesting, though. The hat could be the actual merchant, but it's very asocial, so his friend takes the merchant role. You may look at, but he sucks at merchants. Maybe. What about the hat be floating? That's a good idea. That'll be something I would do in the animation, not right now, but that's a good idea. I really like that. It would make the hat seem more magical. The player doesn't know it. You only know if you watch the stream, exactly. Attack the feathers attack the. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, look at you. You got a good idea. I still don't know about this. Like, it seems a little too much. Let's give it a little more shading. The thing is, these things are so difficult to do. Nah, we'll leave it. Oh, well, no, we won't. That might work, actually. Maybe. Maybe. I want to avoid it looking like some kind of mouth critter thing, though. That's the tricky part. I think that might work. Okay. All right. Let me touch this up a bit. This looks a little weird. Or you can make some very subtle hints through smart dialogue and phrasing so that very observant players figure there's something going on with the hat. Yeah, that's going to be the plan. The only thing I can think of is... Wait. Oh, that one. A long object diagonally attached to him in the background, giving more lore and visual depth to him. I think he's got plenty of depth right now, like visually. I'm pretty happy with it. So I think we might leave it here. How long have I been sharing? Oh, yeah, we're about to hit the 2 hour mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here just before 2 hours. Yeah, we're gonna call it quits. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate you. It was a long, hard journey, but we've been getting there. So yeah, y'all take it easy.